guys, welcome back. It's Liz. I want to do a quick video today, and I apologize for not being on camera, but I just wanted to do a quick one without having to get ready, and I don't really have the time to do that right now, so hopefully you guys do not mind me not coming on camera. So anyway, today I want to talk about some empty palette alternatives to the Z palette. I know the Z palette can actually be a little expensive depending on the size, where you buy it, and all of that. And I know that there are some other palettes out there that you can use and are a lot cheaper than the Z palette. Let's start with the MAC palette. Now, the MAC palette is only $8. It's probably the most similar to the Z palette. It comes with like a clear window, and it's actually plastic, so it's not cardboard, and it is also a little more sleek looking. Now, it does have the MAC symbol, so I mean, if that it's gonna bother you if you don't have MAC eyeshadows in it, I mean, to me that's not a huge deal. The only thing about the MAC palette is that it inside is actual plastic, so this here is not magnet. So if you look at, say for instance, the Z palette, when you open it up, you have the bottom where is an actual sheet of magnet, so it's magnetized. So that is the biggest difference between the MAC and the Z palette. So when you buy a MAC eyeshadow, you're going to, so here's a one that I have full of MAC eyeshadow. I have in this one an insert, which that is a separate cost. When you buy it for $8, it doesn't come with the insert, but the insert is only $2. Now, if you don't use the insert, you can fit any brand shadow, and you can actually fit even more MAC shadows if you decide to use it just for MAC. So you can fit more, and you can fit any size. The insert is very easy to take off. You basically twist it a little bit and you take it out. And then it has like little holes in the back where you can, you know, push out the shadow. When you buy a MAC shadow, just the refill, it's gonna come already with the magnet in the back, and it's gonna have the name on the back. So those already come magnetized so that you're able to throw them in your palette and it'll stick. So it's not gonna go anywhere. So there it is, already magnetized. You don't need to do anything additional with or without the insert. So this shadow here is from La Femme, and they don't have a magnet. So this is basically just a metal pot. So if I put that on here, it's not gonna stick. So if you notice, it's not sticking. So I would need to put a magnet on this in order to put it in a MAC palette. Whereas the Z palette, you can just throw it in there because it's already magnetized. So that is the difference. So when you're working with MAC palettes, you're gonna need to either put a magnet on the back of your shadows, if you're buying different brands, or put a sheet of magnet on the bottom of the palette, which is what I'm going to do for this particular palette, because I'm going to use all sorts of different brand names that don't already have the magnet so that I can put it in this palette. Then you have another alternative that it's quite affordable, which is the Makeup Forever palette. This palette is a tin palette, so it's like metal. And this is this large, this is the size large, and this one costs $13. And when you open it up, it has a couple inserts in it. So it has a clear insert that you can use to protect your shadows. It also has an additional insert for, it's like a foam insert. I'm guessing you can use this as well. I would probably use this one first so that I don't get the shadow on this, and then put this one on top just to protect it if I'm traveling. And I'm gonna carry this with me. But you have those two there. And then in the inside, you have another insert, which is actually a foam with a sheet of magnet on it. So I can take this shadow here and place it on there without having to add any magnet to the actual shadow. Now this insert actually is removable, at least on this one. I don't know if this is a newer version, because I have seen some that it's just like the Z palette where it's, you know, permanently on the bottom of the palette, but this one is actually removable. Now when I flip it over, it's not coming out, but if you don't feel like that's safe for your shadows and you're afraid that it's gonna come out, I would say just go ahead and glue it to the bottom. But I think they're giving you that option in case you're using shadows that have the magnet already in the back, like the MAC. Let's say for instance, you can remove this and then just throw those in there. So, you know, you're gonna have to pick and choose what you would want to do, because you can glue them in the back here. Let's say if I take not glue them, but you know, the bottom of this is just like this. So you can just take a MAC that has a magnet and place it on there. Hopefully I'm in frame, and place it on there. But I want to use it with this, so I would just put all of my shadows in here. Here's a shadow that I depotted, and it was one of these here, which is, what are these called? The Milani Bella shadows, I believe. And when you depot a shadow, obviously there's no magnet, so you would either have to put a magnet on it, and this one you're gonna have to put a magnet, or like this was for the C palette, so I used the metal pieces that come with the C palette to add to the back of this so that I can make it magnetized when I put it in the Z palette. So this one I can also put on here because it's a magnet. I won't be able to put something like this on my MAC unless I actually put a magnet on the back or line this with magnet. See, it's not gonna stick. So there you go. So those are the basic differences between these. Now this Makeup Forever, I believe, was only $13 for the large. They have various sizes. Now they do have an extra large that it's quite significantly bigger than this one. It is only $14, so it's only $1 more and it's much bigger. So anyway, yeah, that was basically it. I just wanted to show you guys that these two are some good options and affordable options. This one's $8 and this one's $13. And then here's the size, if you want to compare size in length. The Makeup Forever is probably about I would say 2 inches longer, and as far as width, I think they're about the same. So I'm just gonna go ahead and fill these up for you so you guys can see how they look, and I'm gonna also depot 2 more of my shadows and add the metal piece, because I am gonna put them in the Z palette that I already have going on this one. So I put all my Makeup Geek in this C palette that I already had, and I removed some of the shadows that I had in here, and I put them in some of these other ones that I made. So I took the MAC, and I had some eyeshadows from, but one of these are from Ben 9, and I think some of these may be blushes. I can't remember. La Femme, I think these are La Femme blushes or eyeshadows or both. And then this Ben 9 eyeshadow. So I put the magnetic thing in the back so I can take these that don't have magnets in the back and just throw them on there. I took the Makeup Forever large palette and I put all of my Makeup Geek blushes and the two Dupe That Ofra highlighters. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 blushes and 2 highlighters that fit in there quite nicely. I mean, the only thing is that you can't see what you have in there, but I'll just be putting some labels on this stuff so that I can know what I have. And then this Z palette I already had. This one is a little deeper, so that's why I put these Bella eyeshadows in there. So I only had 2 more to depot, so I went ahead and added those in there. The C palettes are nice, I mean, but they are cardboard and they're kind of expensive. I think you can get cheaper alternatives if you need to buy a bunch. I mean, they're nice to have and to look at. I mean, I don't regret buying these. I still like them. But if I need to buy a bunch, I'm just going to either buy a Makeup Forever or a MAC one. I just wish that they had MAC ones that were a little bigger, so that way you can fit more. But I think they work just as good, and I do like that they have the little window where you can see what you have, just like the C palette. Okay, I wanted to kind of give you an idea of the palettes to use as well as what I do to depot. So if you guys know of any palettes that you use that are affordable instead of a, what do you call these, a Z palette, comment down below and let us know so that we can, you know about more of those options out there that are affordable for us makeup junkies. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video, and until next time, I'll see you in my next video. Bye.